Imran Ahmad Khan.
Thank you, Sir Christopher, and it's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. I'd also like to thank my honourable friend, for he is one, for bringing this important debate here today, and I hope it does raise some further awareness of this important issue. As my friend so poignantly illustrated, we have all sacrificed a great deal in the fight against coronavirus. Lockdown and the ensuing restrictions we continue to endure have had a seismic impact on the services that NHS can provide, none more so than cancer services. Cancer is sadly the leading cause of death from disease for those aged between 13 and 24 years old. Every day, 7 young people in the United Kingdom between these ages receive the devastating news that they have cancer. I remember all too well a young boy, a family friend, Daniel Elias, who, a son and brother, as a teenager he died, and it was particularly difficult. He received treatment at the same time, in the same hospital, with the same medical team as my own father. And I remember going in and often seeing them. My father at the time was 59 with prostate cancer, and Daniel with his cancer. And despite the age difference, they would be playing chess and chatting about theology and other issues, and the bond between the two was really particularly strong. The day his father telephoned to let me know that Daniel had died, and I had to go up to my father in his bed and let him know, was an awful, difficult day indeed. And my dearest friend, Will James, he died of bowel cancer, just 26, only months after marrying his new beloved wife, Jen, and we had just been celebrating his wedding, I think every day of Will. But it's only through early diagnosis can lives be saved and complications be prevented. Young people have been profoundly hit by the lack of cancer treatment as a consequence of the response to COVID-19, whether that be in diagnosis, operations, chemotherapy or radiotherapy. Cancer Research UK has highlighted that thousands fewer people are being referred for hospital tests, especially for lung and prostate cancer. According to Dr. Louise Soanes, Director of Services of Teenage Cancer Trust, cancer referrals were down as much as 75% in England across all age groups during this coronavirus pandemic. Ensuring the symptoms of cancer are fully understood and people can see doctors is the only way through which cancer can be effectively caught early and acted upon. No one should have to suffer the physical or mental ordeal or have their lives put at risk from having their treatments delayed. COVID-19 is certainly one of the greatest health emergencies we have had to fight. But at what cost? I have, and a number of colleagues have said in this House, that we must ensure that the treatment is not worse than the disease. And nothing brings this into sharper relief than the provision of cancer treatments. In closing, I would like to pay particular tribute to the heartbreaking story of a young constituent of mine, Ellis Price, who lived with his mother, Laura Perman, and stepfather, Ashley Perman, in my constituency. Last year, Ellis's mother, Laura, noticed that she was falling over a lot. She took him to the doctor, but they raised no issues. 2 days later, Ellis began to vomit violently, and Laura took him back to the doctors. He was subsequently sent to Leeds General Infirmary, where it was discovered that Ellis had a brain tumour. Ellis underwent brain surgery and the horrific ordeal of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Sadly, on the 20th of July this year, Ellis's family were told that the treatment did not work. The tumour had spread to Ellis's spine and was now terminal. Ellis died on the 20th of September. He was 3 years old. How many families have to suffer through the heartbreak of watching their child fight and, like Ellis, tragically lose to cancer. I applaud the efforts of charities like Teenage Cancer Trust and Cancer Research UK for raising the vital message of early recognition of symptoms. As we emerge from the current health emergency, more must be done to ensure that young people are educated on the symptoms of cancer so that fewer families like Ellis's have to suffer.